That which does not kill me makes me stronger. Friedrich Nietzsche. Is that how you say it?
Nietzsche, yeah, sounds
Nietzsche.
good.
That's about right.
That's close enough.
Fuck. My name is Herna.
And this is Harris.
And this is the Power of 8 show, episode 11.
11 episodes, man. We made it we've gone pretty good so far.
Yeah, man.
All right?
Yep. Probably be sounding better next time we finally got all the equipment.
Yeah.
For the sound.
Now we're going to be sounding a little bit more legit.
Yeah.
Not going to be so humble about our beginnings. Fuck it. We're always going to be humble.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm a humble motherfucker, dude.
If you think so.
If I think so, right? Yeah.
No, you gotta strive to be humble for sure.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. This is another new take. We're gonna continue to keep it a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
And we got a few topics for you guys here today. About 4 topics. Run through them.
Right.
Just kind of go through each thing, and then you take it on for this next week.
Sounds good to me, man.
Is, and just something that you and I went through this week. Just kind of like going back and forth over the phone, and just kind of
reflecting upon this week.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of, for me at least this week. First off, I have to ask, how was your week? You always ask me, so now it's my turn.
Yeah, that's true. No, this week it was good. Like after it was all said and done, it was very rewarding. I got a lot of work done. But man, it was a frustrating week. Yeah. I mean, we'll get into it a little bit here, and I can kind of put more details upon it. But yeah, there was some frustrating points in this week, man. It just it slowed down, got a little bit weird, and luckily it was able to finish out pretty strong. I had a pretty good weekend. Got yet another session done on my arm.
Right now.
Yeah, just moments ago.
It's looking good.
Right.
Yeah.
So how was yours, man?
It was really good, man. I had a good time. We opened back up here at Legacy, dude.
The world is finally starting to get a little bit normal again.
I look over next door, dude, and Brewski's is open. It has people in there.
Right.
Having drinks.
I noticed that today while I was getting tattooed, dude. I was looking out that window and there were people walking up and down the street all day. I was like, "Hey, that's a good looking sight, people. That's awesome. I like that."
We need to. Everyone's essential, man. Let's get that right.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's essential. We live in America.
Right.
Everyone has the right to make money and live prosperously.
Absolutely.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, bro.
Hey, that's about the best way to sum it up.
That's what it is.
Hey.
So this first topic is because I mentioned it to you. I was reading through my Gita, and I got to that part that John Joseph always talks about. He's talked about it before, but it's again because again the Gita is like a sort of not really a religion, but it is
kind of yeah, almost like a text of kind of.
But it's ancient,
Yeah.
It's just like you have to decipher for yourself, kind of like the Bible and stuff.
Right.
And this one was like, you have the right to the duties of your work. You do not have the right to the success or failure, which means the results.
Okay.
And that's
so. What does that mean to you? Kind of like the that you have the right to the work, but not the result. So kind of how do you perceive that?
Exactly. So, whether or not, let's say I make a tattoo, and the tattoo, all right, once it's said and done, whether it's a really good tattoo or hey, I did fuck up.
Right.
And there were some parts where like, fuck, I know I fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like, well, either way, if you attach yourself to a result, you're going to be in misery. Because if you're always successful and that one time you fail, you're going to feel like shit. Yeah. And if you fail, you're going to feel like crap regardless. You need that.
Yeah.
But you don't need to settle for that because that's still being materialistic and holding on to something external.
Exactly,
yeah. Something just you putting in the work and just realizing your duty, for instance, what I mean?
Yeah, because the work is guaranteed through anybody. You could work at anything. Your craft, you could go outside, you could work on your yard, you can clean up your room. Like literally the work everybody's entitled to the ability to put the work in. But the result is not guaranteed to any one person ever, and if you get hung up on that result, yeah, you're gonna be disappointed.
And it's even how I talk to you with let's say you're talking to girls or guys, whatever,
Yeah.
And you have the right to talk to them.
Right.
Not the right, but you can pursue talking to them.
Absolutely.
You can pursue hanging out with them. You can pursue ultimately, though, whatever your ultimate like goal for what you want, maybe it be a relationship, maybe you just you're just trying to have something casual.
Yeah, you're just trying to hook up. Whatever.
Trying to hook up. Yeah, whatever your ultimate goal is with that person, that is not guaranteed.
Right.
But what is guaranteed is if you do talk to them, you can talk to them. You can put in the work to hang out. You can put in the work to take them out. You can do all that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if they decide to get with you or not, that's not up to you, and you can't get. And like that's the thing, you can't get hung up on people or someone if they decide not to get with you. So like how I was saying before the dog. If they decide not to get with you. You know,
you're not guaranteed the result of whatever you're doing. You know, you're guaranteed the work itself, the conversation, the going on dates, the event thereof, but you're not guaranteed any result whatsoever, you know.
Yeah, and that too, and it's like, don't get so attached either to, I would say, like making sure it's like perfect or anything. Mm-hmm. You know, and like still having fun with something. That was another thing I think we were talking about too. Like,
I definitely noticed that.
Like even with sometimes with like my art, or I notice with creatives, it's like we get so focused on we have to put this many hours in.
Right.
But it's just like, like for instance, if I'm painting something realism, like that to me is like the hardest thing to do, is to draw something realistic.
Yeah.
You can get really hung up on getting all the little details and making sure it's perfect and stuff. And it's like, it's gonna. No matter what, like you do, I mean, do your best to make it perfect, but have fun with it. Oh, hey, I'm learning, I'm cool.
Yeah, I noticed that this week while I was at work. I'm working on this car, and like I got to this point where when fitting up all the panels and everything, like I wanted to make sure that it was perfect. So I was like doing everything I could. I was measuring. I was doing like all kinds of stuff. And it was kind of just sucking all the fun out of it, because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted to be able to, like, weld this panel on and be like, yo, I'm done. It came out perfect. And after taking it on and off and on and off over and over and over, it completely started sucking all the joy out of the event whatsoever, And then I kind of had to just, like, it was Friday. I was just like, dude, I don't give a fuck how this turns out. I've had this thing. I was like, I've had this thing up here so many damn times. I was like, I'm just going to go on with it. I was like, if I fuck it up, then I'll have to fix it. And if I don't, then hey, right on. I was like, but just making sure that it was perfect wasn't progressing me anywhere on it. You know what I mean? I was just, it's like I was running around in circles, just making sure that it was a perfect circle, but I didn't go anywhere. So then I finally just kind of said, fuck it. Just worked on it, progressed on it. And I was like, that's what ended the week off on such a high note, because I was like ecstatic as to how that turned out.
Yeah.
It was so good. And
awesome.
I just finally said, fuck it. And just went for it. I didn't worry about the result because I was worrying. I wanted it to be perfect, so I was dwelling on the fact that I needed it to be perfect.
Oh yeah.
And I finally just kind of said fuck it and just started worrying about the work. Nope, it's got to get done. Let's work on it, dude. So I was working and busted it out, and I feel more accomplished now than all the worrying I put into it throughout the week.
Absolutely.
So it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get we as human beings, I feel we get really, really caught up in that final result. And it's just like, you know what? Again, perfect is the enemy of done.
Yeah.
Like, that is, like, fuck, man.
If you're writing a song, go for it, dude. Don't sit around worrying about it being perfect. If you're writing
You're not going to write the best song the first time.
No.
You're not going to draw the best picture the first time.
Right.
The more you draw, the more you write, the more you just, like, apply yourself, continue. It's that constant, congruent, like, pressure that's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a stream, bro.
Yeah.
And like you got to be constantly like trying to cut through rock, and eventually with that water going through, it cuts through rock, man.
Yeah.
That's got to be us.
It takes a long time, but you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, and it cuts right through, man, and eventually you'll have that one like, wow, that's almost perfect.
Right.
I don't think anything
and I even remember hearing perfect practice makes perfect, because you could sit around and dwell about it being perfect, and like you just got to do it, man. And like the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the better you get at it, I mean, the easier it gets. So you just kind of got to strive for your best. If you're going to write something out, write it. And if you don't feel comfortable with it, I mean, just go on with it. It's not going to be the last thing you write.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world at all. Like, if you don't love it, just kind of hold on to it for a minute. Like, you might fall in love with it.
Absolutely.
It might inspire something. Like, just, you got to complete it. You got to finish things.
Yes.
The world right now is just... it's polluted with so many people that just start a bunch of shit
and don't finish
and they don't finish anything.
Yeah, you don't want to be that person.
No, go ahead. Finish it, man. Go ahead. Seek it out. It's not easy. I mean, I'll be the first, dude. There's some shit that I haven't finished yet. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's because it's not easy, you know? Sometimes you got to be able to put the time in and the effort and everything. And, it's going to take a little bit of time and effort. But, hey, you got to do it. You know? It's got to get done.
All right. So, that's... Yes.
Yes, one of our first topics.
Yes. On to the next. Zooming in and understanding people's situations.
Okay.
I think this is huge.
Absolutely.
So, a good example I think I have,
okay.
not I think, but I do have, is just there's this dude I know who just, he seems just very lonely. At first, because he can get really angry easily.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sometimes it's just like, sometimes we gotta think about, well, why does this person get so angry?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Why is he so angry? Why does he feel lonely? Why does he feel like a certain type of way?
Yeah.
And, it used to kind of piss me off because, and I met many people like this where they're just angry and stuff. And before, I'd be like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I
it's
don't
just
have to deal with you.
And really, we shouldn't have to put up with that.
Right.
But in order to actually learn how to help that person, be able to function in society, I think, is we have to zoom in, man, and be able to understand, well, why does this person feel like that? Oh, right. Maybe they had this jacked up past. Maybe there's this, you know what I mean? They get caught up in their head, and I think sometimes we judge so quickly.
Right.
And myself included, I've done it, and I still do it too. I'm still always working on that, is... We judge them so instantly of the way, based off their actions, when we need to be able to look inside and be like, why are you like this?
Yeah, why are you doing? Yeah, exactly. Like another perfect example, say you're at work and somebody comes up to you and just immediately starts spitting fire your way. First thing in the morning, they just start talking all kinds of mad shit. They're just just pissing you off, And it's you could take that and just be pissed and be like, all right, yeah, okay, he pissed me off. I'm now pissed. Or you can kind of take a step back and be like, okay, hold on. Is there a reason for this? Has something caused them to be pissed where they feel the need to make other people pissed? Just kind of try and understand the situation a little bit better than reacting, because I'll be the first to attest that, if that exact situation happened to me, and I'm at work, there have been times where I look back and I'm like, yo, fuck you, dude. No way. I ain't taking this and respond back with immediate, defensive type words, nah, man, I'm not taking this shit. You're coming at me all offensively, so I'm going to defend myself.
Oh, yeah.
And it's okay, yeah, you could do that, and I have done it before, but what does that help? Who does that help? It's sometimes you just got to take a second, take a step back, kind of look at the whole situation and then decide accordingly how you're going to react.
Oh, yeah. And I think also, too, is also not just some people getting angry.
Mm-hmm.
I've had one time I've been to work and I had my friend, and she, I think it was after the weekend.
Okay.
And I noticed she's a little more slouched. So that's one. You always want to pay attention to the body language. Yeah. Always pay attention to people's shoulders. That's one. Always pay attention to tone.
Mm-hmm.
That's another. Just the tone of their voice, if it's more low and quiet.
Yeah.
And I could see something was up. And I asked her, but I'm not pushing for it. You don't want to, with people, you don't want to push for it.
Yeah. Especially if they're if something may be wrong.
If something is up, exactly. And then I ask her, I'm hey, are you okay? Did something happen this weekend? She's and I'm like, you seem kind of low. You're your shoulders are a little slumped. I can notice the tone of your voice. You seem a little more down. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no, I'm just tired, which is most of the time. No.
Yeah.
That's the answer we give to people.
Yeah, it's tired. An easy cop out.
It's very easy. But then I'm like, okay, I'll allow it. But I'm like, hey, let me know if you need anything. I didn't push anymore. But then... Later on, I was making her laugh, making her, smile more, and I could see bringing her up her vibe. And then, about an hour or so later, she opened up finally. She's like, yeah, you know what? Something was wrong.
Right.
Hey, this happened over the weekend. My cousins, my family, I went over to a party. And they say I'm not. They were spitting fire her way.
Okay.
That she's not there and that she just treats people a certain way.
Yeah.
She's like, but I don't see it that way. And it's just oh, okay, cool. And then after that, she was able to open up and be like, okay, cool. That's, I think, zooming in, too, is just hey, I'm looking at not just angry, I'm looking at sad. I'm looking at, even happy, man. You can look like, hey, that person over there is really, really content. Right. I want some of that. Why are you so happy, man?
Yeah. They can shed some with me.
Yeah, and exactly. And maybe they got a promotion, or maybe they got something, you know, they maybe got with this girl. And and then that you can share that energy with them too.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's another big thing too, is like with understanding, people are they tend to be almost like cautious about asking questions, you know, because like I find it at work especially, you know, like a lot of people, they don't like inquiring about personal lives, you know, because like when you're at work, it's like, yo, we're here to work, we need to be working, you know, so like questions typically are a little bit harder to ask and kind of like, you know, get out in the open, you know, because like a lot of these times they're like, oh, so how's your weekend? Oh, it was a good weekend. Oh, okay, all right. Like, what'd you do? Oh, it was great. Like, it was just a good weekend. And it's like, all right, okay, whatever, dude. Like, you don't want to share? That's fine. I'm not going to push. But it's not bad to ask questions. Mm-hmm. Like, hell, you know, you might even make a friend. You know what I mean? Like, it is okay to completely ask questions.
Or be open yourself.
Or be open. You know, I had a friend who I work with, you know, I became friends with him. And, like, he came back one time, and he was just down in the dumps, easily agitated, just really upset. And, like, it was just a few questions kind of just, like, put his whole guard down. And, like, after he was able to kind of come clean, he was like, yo, I got broken up with, this, that, and the other, kind of went into the story. Mm-hmm. And, like, after he got it out, it wasn't, like, 20 minutes later. And, I mean, yeah, he let it out. I mean, you could tell he was venting to the max. And, like, after he vented, like, the day just turned around. You know, it was just immediately better. We were joking. We were having a good day. You know, we were vibing really nice. And it just took a couple of questions, you know, to kind of just, like, break that surface, kind of let it out, and then you were fine. You know, you just kind of had to zoom in, understand where they're coming from, show a little bit of sympathy, and then you can move on, and everybody's just all the happier, you know? It's fun.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
So, what's another topic?
Topic number 3 is, don't jump to conclusions.
That's huge.
Don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions. That's one of the 4 agreements.
Yeah.
Kind of such a good book.
Yeah, it's really good, man. But I just find that always the thing with people, man. I always find that the
left and right,
thing,
dude.
Man.
All the time, people just jump to conclusions.
Yeah, that you're
just assume shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or we make up these fantasies in our heads, man.
Yeah, that's a big one, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we make up these fantasies of, like, this is what's going on, and, like, our mind just starts to race and shit like that. Yeah. Or maybe it is, like, you know you're going to try to achieve something, and you have this big picture in your head of what it's going to be like when you achieve it, but it really isn't.
Right. Well, like, here's a perfect scenario. You ever talk to somebody, okay, like, you meet them, you hit it off, and you guys just connect. Okay, you have a great night. Let's say you go on a date. You have a great date. You come home that night, and you're laying in bed, and, like, you just start getting a fantasy run through your head. Mm-hmm. Oh, this could be it. This is the one, you know, and she's just, you know, so easy. Like, you just had one good night, and your brain is just going to move on fast forward and be like, yo, I feel great right now. Let's run with this, you know? Happens all the time. Or like you were saying, you know, you're about to achieve something great, and you're like, man, this is going to be such a great accomplishment. I'm going to kill this. This is going to come out amazing. And then you finish it, and your expectations were set so much higher that you disappointed yourself.
Sometimes with a piece of artwork. Man.
Oh, God, that's a perfect example.
Or sometimes, you know, like, it blows me out of the water. I'm like, okay, I killed it. But then, you know.
Sometimes, you know, but it's like, you notice how you're way more pleased with, like, when you're more humble towards it, like that final product, you're like, yeah, this is gonna be cool, but like, just wait, you know, I gotta keep working, and it'll be cool. Mm-hmm. And then if you don't have big expectations set up, like when it's done, you're like, holy shit, that is incredible, you know.
I saw this actually a lot with some people. Like, I would going to raves and stuff when I first started going.
Okay.
Was like, I would go, and I had this too. This is why, because I had this same type of like ordeal. Was when I first started going to I remember, you know, taking the Molly, having the whole, I would say, rave experience. That's definitely a rave experience. It's like taking the Molly and seeing the girls and the lights and
the music,
all that. And my thing is like, oh, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to take this drug, I'm going to fucking kill it, and I'm going to come back home with the girl.
Right.
This is not real.
No.
None of this is
a
real.
fantasy.
This is not. Yeah, this is not. This isn't a fucking movie, man.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
This shit ain't a fucking movie, man. None of this shit's a fucking movie, bro.
Yeah.
And so there was that. I would see that with some dudes who were like, man, we were like, after I learned after a while of like going to these things and just saying, hey, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna probably take this drug, and whatever happens. Fucking happens.
Right.
My nights would go so much fucking better.
Right.
Yeah,
you had no big
I
expectations.
had no big... I just was like, whatever fucking... dude, and some cool shit would pop off.
Yeah.
I would come home with the girl's number. I would come home with like, fucking... Just having a fucking blast, man.
Right. So then let me ask you this, right? So...
And real quick, and then like I would have dudes who's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get this girl, all this shit. I'm like, dude, don't worry about that shit, man. Just have fun.
Yeah, just have fun, right?
Yeah,
okay, so then let me ask you this, right? So it's very common for people to jump to these big like these conclusions, these assumptions, in both good and bad. Like, what do you think you could do, or that you could tell others to kind of help keep your brain in check, essentially?
Man.
I
wish I had the answer.
Right.
So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like...
So what, just kind of be more realistic?
Very much so.
Yeah. I mean, because like, it's so easy to kind of like confuse being real with like being negative. There's been so many times where like like I've had conversations and like people are like, oh no, it's gonna be this way, and this way, and I'm like, okay, hold up, let's be real here. And I like and
hold up.
When I say like, hold up, let's be real, they're like, oh, what do you know? You're just being negative. You're being all poopy pants. It's like, okay, hold on. It's like we can't just live life expecting that everything is like gumdrops and fucking roses and shit, like sometimes we gotta look at the fucking realistic facts and be like, all right, it might not be as good as I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. In my mind, I want it to be good, and like, yo, let's hope it's fucking great.
Yeah, bro.
But we gotta be a little bit real here, And I mean, like that. I hate to say it because it is kind of like, it's like popping somebody's bubble. Like, if they blow a big-ass bubble, look, everybody's all excited about a bubble.
But people want to be lied to, man.
Yeah,
they do. I want to be lied to,
yeah,
man.
Right.
I still want to be lied to. Believe me, I do.
It definitely makes shit easier.
It's comforting.
It is so comforting.
But you have to be pragmatic.
You very much do. You've got to be real, man. And, like, it can be taken multiple ways. But I think, like, to kind of try and cure some aspect of this, like, jumping to conclusions is you kind of, like, slow down a little bit, try and be real. Do you really think that you're going to go to a rave and just hook up with a chick and, like, come home and it's, like, fucking, oh, man, like an episode?
Or you think you're going to... Here's another thing. You think you're going to go to a rave and find all the drugs, man? I remember I'd be like, oh, I don't have any. Don't worry, I'll just find some at the rave. Nope.
Nope.
Doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, right?
No.
Yeah, so, I mean, you just kind of got to, like, you got to be real. You got to just take what's given to you and just go with it, It's like... It's easier to just kind of go about life just being open than it is to, like, living by your own expectations, That's another thing, too, man. If, like, I'm going to go hang out with, like, some new chick or guy. Yeah. I don't ever expect anything. No. Like, I'm just like, yo. Right. Like, I'm just there to have a good time now. Exactly. So much better, bro. Yeah. So much more easier on the mind, too. Right. And I've also noticed, too, just kind of on that topic, like, when I was much younger, I always had like this weird like anxiety come over me when I'm talking to like a cute girl, and I find it like even sometimes still like I'll have like this little oh she's super cute, and like you get this little anxiety, and you kind of like get a little marsh mouth, you're just like you don't know what to say, and it's like I found that is so equally tied to like the expectations, you meet this girl, you're like, oh my god, she's so hot, dude, maybe if I impress her, maybe like I could get with her, and like and it's like no, dude, I'm gonna be the loudest gorilla. Yeah, maybe if I pound on my chest real loud, she'll notice me, and it's like, dude, stop, it's like chances are if she notices you for being you, if you're not gonna be noticed, you're not gonna fucking be noticed. It doesn't matter how loud or annoying you get, like, it's not gonna fucking be real. Yeah. Just be fucking real, you know? Another thing is like maybe job interviews or like... That's a big one. Job interviews are huge. Job interviews or just like trying to score a deal with maybe some type of business venture. I like that you bring that up because job interviews, that's huge. Everybody deals with that. Yeah. Everybody deals with having a job interview. Or having to go talk...
oh, hey, the boss man needs to talk to you. Like, oh, man, what?
Oh, shit, what did I do?
Yeah, instantly, bro, you're like, fuck, what did I...
Yeah.
Damn, did he catch me eating where I'm not supposed... Did
I fuck up? Was I late?
Did I piss in the trash can?
Right? And, like, that's a perfect one, because people do get so caught up in their expectations of what they want that they really just lose sight of what's real. And it's like, dude, if you go in there and you are yourself, and you are completely just comfortable, and you're just willing to take whatever the fuck comes your way,
and have good manners.
And I mean, but I mean, if for the most part, if you go in being who you are, you're genuine. There's no bullshit. You know, you just go in there and you're just gonna rock who you are. I mean, the chances of impressing somebody and being genuine are way more than going in there being all fake and prissy and bullshitty. You know. Just be yourself. Be open to whatever comes your way. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't make these giant assumptions of what may or may not come. Just be open.
Yeah. And just let your mind be easy. Remind yourself. Yeah. If you know you're doing it, try to remind yourself, hey, I knew I would do this.
Right.
I knew I was going to fucking...
I'm a human fucking being.
I know I'm making fucking... I'm doing like these false fantasies, or I think something's going on. Just ease it out.
Yep.
Fucking more likely than not, it's not true.
Yep, it's okay, man. Just be chill, man.
So on that one, we have our last topic. Is setting up systems, and I don't just mean like good morning routine. Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't just mean like morning and night routines.
Okay.
I do mean it's something I've kind of I'm trying to get back in the swing of it.
Okay.
It's like having a system throughout the day. Like, sure, I write my day out, the night before, but I catch myself. I don't always look at it again until after. Like, I write some more shit down in the morning, and then I forget to check shit off. It's like, have things throughout the day to remind you of certain things. Maybe have an alarm clock.
Yeah.
To have said that, like, there's some words there that'll help you remind you to do something or be a certain way.
Okay.
One of them used to be for me, and it was like 3 words. It was like patient, happy, and then something else. Or
and it just goes off and reminds you. I like that.
Yeah. Or I have these things set up in my wall all over my room.
Right.
That, like, I forget that, they're there, and I have to look at them to be like, that's... All right, cool. That's like a system. I'm gonna
a little reminder, yeah.
Yeah, or like sometimes throughout the day, catch yourself like in almost like a bird's eye perspective, like looking at yourself like, okay, now we're going into that movie thing, but you're using it as power.
Yeah. Which
is like, Joe Rogan said it before on his podcast, was like, imagine you are like the main character in a movie, and you're fucking, it's in the middle of the movie how it starts off, and your life's all fucked up.
Okay.
You just lost your job. You're fucking the love of your life, who you thought was the love of your life, and doesn't want anything to do with your fucking loser ass. What are you gonna do now to improve your situation?
Yeah.
And be like, I'm gonna now be the fucking movie star, and I'm gonna push through. And at the end, of course, there's no happy ending, but I'm gonna push through this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get you. So like, I like that too. Kind of just like taking a little bit of an overview of your day and be like, all right, so I'm fucking up. Let's see what I got to do here. Setting up a system though, like one thing that I do or try to do each day, like when I go into work, I walk in, I put my backpack down, like I flick the lights on, I'm ready to go. But before I start like picking up a tool and working, I try and like set up, all right, what am I going to get done today? And just kind of make a little brief list, and it doesn't have to be huge, you can make gigantic, like, yo, this is gonna get done today, and you're like, okay, all right, but if you make it like outrageous, like, yeah, you're setting yourself up to fail. But like, just kind of set up little things. I want to get this done. I want to clean this. I want to get this ready to work. Like, just kind of set things up so that you can knock shit out of the park. Like, I'm a firm believer that if you set up goals throughout the course of your day, that it actually makes the day go by faster, easier, and you feel better about yourself. Because if you set up a goal and like a goal that you're more likely to accomplish, then when you do accomplish it, you feel better. It's like the chemicals are pumped into your body, you feel good. You know, yo, I just accomplished something. So you're feeling better, and then you feel more confident being able to accomplish something else. You know, it kind of goes back to that, like the whole morning routine. You know, if you have a morning routine set in stone, yo, I gotta wake up, I gotta get my clothes, I gotta brush my teeth, brush my hair, get myself clean, get dressed, blah, 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 do your whole thing. If you got that accomplished and you can, first thing, accomplish a goal of doing your morning routine, you're going to feel 1,000 times better than if you get up and you wake up late and you're rushing and, oh God, I fucked up, oh no, you know. Because if you fucked up, you're going to be less likely to accomplish more things, you know. But if you accomplish that first thing and then you're able to go on to the next one, you're going to set your day off for success. And the more goals that you set throughout that day that you can accomplish, the better you're going to make yourself feel come the end of the day, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the setting up the daily system, that's huge. And it's not just that morning routine and that nighttime routine. And it's throughout the day.
I would say, man, something that really helps me feel good, man, is I'll wake up, I've been doing this, is like just going to bed a little bit earlier, but spreading out my time more, and I'll be having even more time now, which I'm very happy about.
So what do you mean by that? Like,
so after my morning routine, I've been putting in an hour of like drawing, and then even having a workout.
Okay.
All before I go to work. All before I actually go on with the regular day shit. And it's just like, damn, half the day's already fucking done with. Because, not really, because I have all the fucking rest of the hours. But, hey, in the morning, straight up, like, I've done, like, maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe you are a painter. You sew shit. You're selling, you know, you can work on your online business at that time for an hour. You know what I mean? Like, fitting that time in while you're probably working a day job or something. That's you getting out of the cycle.
Like scheduling in that extra time. Okay.
That's been my system, man, and honestly, I've been able to produce a lot more artwork that way because I'm fresh. I'm in the morning.
Yeah.
My theta waves are fucking going.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of people, they tend to like they kind of just blow off the whole morning. You know, that they sleep in. Then when they wake up, it's like, oh God, I gotta be groggy for the next like hour. And then I'm going to drink my coffee. And then when I drink my coffee, I'm still going to be groggy, but now I'm going to be able to do something. And then, like, they go ahead and get ready. And it's like, all right, dude, you spent 3 hours doing absolutely nothing but trying to wake up. It's like, man, these are critical, crucial hours that you could be accomplishing so much shit. You know, when you wake up first thing in the morning and you're like, it kind of goes back to, like, you know, taking control of the body. That's, like, such a big thing, you know, that when... kind of just like not jumping to conclusions, stuff like that is like the natural body kind of just wants to do these certain things. You know, when you wake up, you want to be groggy, you want to be tired. You know, that's normal. Everybody does that. You know, no one in the world just wakes up and is like, hey, I'm great, you know, let's go kill some shit, you know. Everybody's going to wake up groggy. But you've got to be able to have the intelligence over the body to be like, all right, I know I'm groggy, I know I'm still sleepy, but I got shit to do. So we're going to do this, you know, because the body's going to protest, and the body's going to be like, no, let's lay back down. Let's get some more sleep. Let's chill here for a minute. Let's not, you know, and you got to just be like, no, motherfucker, I'm in charge. You know, I get to dictate what happens. Like, you can be a slave to your body, or you can kind of take control, you know. That's kind of just like a side note. That's been another thing of being like slaves and masters to things throughout the day. Ultimately it comes down to like phones. One that I've been giving a hard time to a friend of mine is cigarettes. Like we'll be working and they gotta stop. Okay, hold up, guys. I gotta go take a cigarette break. And it's like, wow, your master's calling you, eh? And they're like, the fuck's that supposed to mean? I'm like, well, you better run along. Your master's calling, you know. And they're like, whatever, fuck you. And it's like really though, you are an absolute slave to that. You have no control over that. You know, I know people with their phones that thing buzzes, and motherfucker, they're running towards it. You know, like it does not matter what's going on. They will drop what they're doing and run and pick that thing up. It's like, dude, you got to be you got to become the master of yourself. You know, you cannot let yourself be a slave to all this shit. You know, and it kind of comes down to that same thing too throughout the day.
Yeah, he who's not a master of himself is not truly free.
Exactly.
It's hard.
It is very difficult, but you do got to take control of your life. You got to take control of your day. You know, if you feel like you're not accomplishing anything, fucking set a goal, accomplish something.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, anyways, that was our 4 topics.
I kind of blew through them. But hey, we've been working at trying to make a little bit shorter of episodes.
More condensed, more...
Yeah, we've got some feedback where, that we kind of tend to ramble on a little bit. And I'll agree to that. I can ramble on for hours, dude. We're kind of trying to adjust our time, see kind of what's a good fitting for it and everything, so...
But I guess... You're going to ask me what the fucking weekly challenge is.
Yeah, what's the weekly challenge, bro?
The weekly challenge is I would encourage everyone to write down in some kind of notebook, just for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Just a little story of the day.
So like an after-action report or something?
Yeah, an after-action report. But for me, it's like a little story. Just something that... Because you can find meaning in everything in something every day.
Okay.
So, like...
2 or 3 sentences.
Yeah, so I'll do like... I'll do my little story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just simply like just sitting down with you, man, and tattooing you.
All right.
Like we both had our music. Like you gave me a bud, and I just went to work, and it just shows like we don't always have to talk,
right?
You and me, but I know there's this connection for me and you that because we're just like I feel that because we're bros.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you being my bro.
Right.
And I just sitting there and being able to just, hey, I'm tatting my best friend right now. This is always an honor,
Yeah.
And I'll never forget moments like these because this is like you're helping me grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's like, damn, that's awesome, and it went well today. And
that
means a lot to me.
Yeah.
That's my story. That's my little like segment today. And then having just like the afterthought, like, we had another artist there after we're all done, we're all cleaning up and we're all like set in stone, we're all closing up, like those little moments, man, of just like, hey, just like people around our age who kind of like
those connections
that you can make so easily that we all can, and while we're having fun, while everyone's doing something that like they're interested in. You're a tattoo collector. I tattoo.
Right.
Like this is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's my little thing, is just write down a little story that was meaningful for you in the day.
Yeah.
If not, write down what you kind of went through in the day.
Yeah,
just for the next 2 weeks.
And it can be a little bit daunting at times because I did that for a fat ass minute, and like making time at the end of your day to be like, okay, I'm about ready to go to bed, but I gotta take 5 minutes and write this out. It's a bit of a weird habit to get into at first because you're creating a new habit, so there's a lot of resistance in that.
Oh yeah.
But it can be so easy, you just sit down, you could have a piece of paper in front of you, you could do it on your phone. I actually know a friend of mine who I was able to kind of like inspire to doing daily journal entries.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And she did it on her phone. Just did it on her phone, started just typing it out on her phone, and it was like, that was great. At first I was like, oh, you should put the phone down, but then after I thought about it for a second, I'm like, no, that's great, you're writing it down.
You're using it as a tool now.
As a tool, exactly. You are now becoming the master of that tool, and you're using it how you want to. But yeah, it doesn't have to be a slip of paper. You could sit down at a computer and you can write your little entry in, a couple of sentences. If you learned anything, if you felt anything, something to remember, just kind of a couple of entries. And I find that it's like the best to be able to go back and kind of reread these things.
Badass.
It's great, because you can kind of be like, oh wow, that's what I was feeling that day. Oh, I remember that day, and you just kind of, you get a little bit better of a connection to that day and those events,
Absolutely.
So that's a fantastic goal. I like that. I'm going to be doing it. Yeah, I'm going to push for it.
Well, this has been Herna.
And this is Harris.
And this has been the Power of 8 Show, episode 11. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
We'll see you next week.